I can see the coupon special worked. Happy Wednesday, everyone. So illegal aliens detained at Alligator Alcatraz are mad because their ham sandwiches aren't toasted. Meanwhile, the alligators are complaining that the detainees aren't toasted either. In that now infamous interview making the rounds, Hunter Biden said that illegal immigrants do all the jobs that nobody wants to. For example, harvesting, processing, and selling him cocaine. Hunter also said he thinks of Kamala Harris as family, promising that if she ever passed away, he would immediately bang Doug.
That's just...
It's not gay if he's a widow. But he also says that he loves Kamala like his own daughter, which of course is a stretch because he's met Kamala.
Deadbeat dad section didn't like that.
Yes. I send the check.
Yeah.
The president's son also admitted that while he was drinking a half-gallon of vodka a day. Or as one person calls it, cutting back. Yeah. Ghislaine Maxwell may cut a deal in exchange for information on the Epstein list. In the meantime, her family is keeping an eye on her new prison guard. I feel a little bit weird about this one, but okay. Over in England, 11 gardeners quit working for King Charles, claiming a toxic workplace. They say the final straw was when the king demanded they trim Queen Camilla's bush. She has a very elaborate garden.
A lot of thorns in the rose.
A lot of thorns.
A lot of thorns.
President Trump said he plans on going after Obama for ordering the Russian collusion investigation. He claims the only reason he let Hillary stay out of jail is because he wanted Bill to suffer. And finally, an influencer posted a video where she unknowingly swam in raw sewage. Speaking of waters and full of catch Jesse's show at 8 p.m. That's a plug. Not a hair one either. All right. So here's a phrase that should set off more alarms than a bulge at a beauty pageant. We mean well. It's what people say when their brilliant plan dissolves, like my edible Speedo and Larry Kudlow's jacuzzi. Oh, you meant well? Right. So did the guy who invented the student loan program, or the geniuses who thought decriminalizing shoplifting would work in our major cities. Spoiler, it didn't. Because intentions don't stop disasters. Historically, the people who meant well are the disaster. The French Revolution meant well, then off came the heads. Communism meant well, just ask the people who lived under it. Oh, that's right, you can't, they're dead. Throughout history, meaning well has been the clove cigarette that leads to the fentanyl of failed societies. Fast forward to NYC, where two illegals were arrested after shooting a U.S. Border Protection agent in the face during a robbery attempt in a park, which is normally a safe space for New Yorkers to enjoy their heroin. The accused shooter had a rap sheet longer than Trump's neckties. Larceny, assault, kidnapping, witness intimidation. This guy's not undocumented, he's over-documented. And get this, the Biden administration released him into the U.S. after vetting him over Zoom. Yeah, nothing like a virtual interview to assure he's not a gangbanger. Hell, did they also search for his criminal record on LinkedIn? But does anyone on the left admit this is a failure of sanctuary policy? Of course not. Here comes Morning Blow.
You understand the purpose behind sanctuary cities, and you understand that it's motivated by people with all of the best intentions.
Right, Joe. And so is getting your mistress tickets to Coldplay. You don't get points for good intentions when citizens get shot in the face, you Who knew Miko would turn out to be the smart one? But this is the left. If your heart's in the right place, your head could be so far up your ass, your forehead actually has hemorrhoids. Democrats love to say, oh, we support getting the worst offenders out first, but then sanctuary cities refuse to cooperate with ICE on anything and throw up every roadblock they can. Because, as usual, their words are emptier than the 38 Burger King bags on the floor of Stacey Abrams' car. So what happens? Thugs don't get deported, they get protected, then they get violent, then cops get shot in the face, and somehow the left misses the connections. And when that happens, the media is more silent than Jimmy Kimmel's audience during a monologue. But if the story had been reversed, if an ICE agent had accidentally sneezed on a migrant, you'd get wall-to-wall coverage on CNN saying that the agent's snot is worse than 9/11. Remember the Border Patrol whipping hoax? The media wanted so hard for that to be true, and it wasn't. Then there's the migrant who faked her own kidnapping, sparking a huge media narrative. Big surprise, hoax too. But hey, good intentions, right? The left thinks good intentions not only excuse bad acts, but that good intentions are enough. They're like the alcoholic who drinks 2 quarts of gin a day but ignores the cirrhosis. Which is why sanctuary policies ensure zero accountability. You can't detain, you can't question, you can't deport, even if the person is as guilty as Joy Behar stuffing a pie down her Spanx. And the defense is always the same, but we're morally superior because we mean well. But even their intentions are in question. Democrats really want illegals to gerrymander the census. More illegals per district boosts their numbers. So forget even the good intentions, it's really about power. But Americans are waking up. New polls show most voters support mass deportations. They're tired of meaning well, they want action and not performance art. So next time someone says, I meant well, run like hell. Because the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Well, except in blue cities where they're also paved with poop. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's male, pale, and buys khakis on sale. Fox News contributor Tom Shalhoub. He's got more scoops than Baskin-Robbins. Former State Department official and executive director of the Foundation for Freedom Online, Mike Benz. She interviewed Oasis and laughs in commie faces. Host of the Kennedy Saves the World podcast, Kennedy. And he can curl 300-pound dumbbells. But enough about The View. New York Times bestselling author, comedian, and former NWA world champion Tyrus. Tom, it's safe to say that you've never meant well in your life. Am I right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Because when you mean well, then if you have, if you forgive bad people, there's going to be a good person who ends up with the results on the other end.
Yes.
These migrants, they're everywhere. And, when I walk to work, they all have scooters, Greg. They gave them all scooters.
Yes.
Remember that Roosevelt Hotel? You go by there, it's all lined up with scooters.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the country 5 minutes, they get a scooter. I never got a scooter.
Yeah. I didn't get a,
I wanted a scooter. Little Tommy Shalhoub wanted a scooter every year. If anyone deserved a scooter, it was Tommy Shalhoub.
Yes.
I was in line for a scooter. I got the white privilege, right?
Yes.
That didn't work. I'm in very good with Santa Claus. That didn't work.
Do you demand scooter reparations?
I want a lot of great Americans wanted a scooter, didn't get a scooter. Alexander Hamilton didn't get a scooter. Lincoln wanted a scooter, he didn't get one, Greg.
All right, I get the point.
They both got shot, so
yeah. If they had a scooter, they wouldn't have got shot.
Exactly.
So, Mike, is this all just about the sunk cost fallacy that they've invested so much into a bad idea they can't let go of something like sanctuary cities?
Well, I actually think that the scooter might have been a good idea for most people, but The fact that they drove by and shot this guy on a scooter, this may be the first drive-by scooting in New York history. But the fact is what's happening here with the illegal immigrant situation is they use this word sanctuary, but what is it a sanctuary from? It's a sanctuary from federal law. So why not just take it all the way? New York should be a full sanctuary state. There should be a sanctuary from paying taxes. There should be a sanctuary from having to give a 20% tip at a New York restaurant. The same party that campaigns so much about rule of law as the justification to arrest our president is using this word sanctuary to evade the law. So I think there should be a sanctuary in the federal government from having to pay a single dime to the state of New York until these laws are revoked.
I agree. I need a sanctuary city from Kennedy's hotness.
Wow, Greg.
Yes. How would you explain to a young person why, when somebody says they mean well, you should run? Because I think that every generation gets tricked by this idea that, oh, I'm going to join this organization because they mean well. I'm going to go to a BLM protest because it means well.
Yeah, but then what happens when your greed overrides your good intentions, which is what happens most of the time? People don't care because if you know that is your fallback, you never really have to try and you never have to provide results. So everything can be an utter failure, but somehow the starting point of moral superiority is enough to justify completely cratering a city or a system of governance and ruining people's lives and so much collateral damage in the process. So we here at Fox, we work across the street from the Sanctuary Hotel, and I bet they were scared when they realized that this is a sanctuary city and they were bringing in busfuls of, immigrants from all over the country, from Texas and Florida and elsewhere, and they thought that they were going to have to stay there for free. But they went to the Roosevelt and the Watson and got free scooters. So it almost worked out for everyone.
Yeah, Tyrus, when this story came out about the agent getting shot, the media wouldn't say he was an illegal suspect. They wouldn't say anything about him. They said an agent was shot on a rock in Central Park.
Yeah, I have a problem with this, and maybe this is just, I don't believe in coincidences. And there has been a concentrated effort to out ICE agents. And for two men, grown-ass men, to get on a scooter, to go riding in a park with guns, to go rob, that doesn't make much sense to me. But two guys looking to make a hit on somebody, that makes sense to me. So and there's just, how random is that?
Yeah.
How many millions of people we have in New York walking around there, and these two illegals just happen to stumble upon a guy who just happens to be an off-duty officer? It's a hit, in my opinion, and we're lucky that he was able to get through. But I would like to see the same vigor from our so-called government investigations that they're doing with this Epstein and whatever Barack Obama did 10 years ago. I don't give a damn about any of that. That's not a table issue for me and my family. Right now, my table issue is our police officers and our border agents are under attack. We have senators and congressmen who are demanding they take their masks off so they can see their face, so they can expose their families. So I don't see we meant well at all.
Yeah.
There's that old saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Well, we need to start sending some of these people to hell.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.